Humans have never been more connected than they are today. Yet millions of people feel uncomfortable spending even 10 minutes completely alone. For most of human history, solitude wasn't something people feared, it was simply part of life. So what changed? The answer isn't just your phone. It began long before the internet, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why being alone has become one of the hardest things modern humans can do. Think about the last time you sat quietly with nothing to do. No phone, no music, no television, just your thoughts. How long did it last? For many people, the answer is only a few minutes. Today, silence feels strange. The moment there's nothing happening, we instinctively reach for something. We unlock our phones, open social media, or play a video. Being constantly connected has become our default. But for almost all of human history, life looked completely different. Hunters tracked animals alone for hours. Shepherds watched over flocks in silence. Sailors spent weeks staring at endless oceans. Farmers worked long days with little conversation. Solitude wasn't unusual. It was woven into everyday life. These quiet moments weren't wasted time. They gave the brain something modern life rarely does: space to think. Neuroscientists have discovered that when your mind isn't focused on an outside task, a system called the default mode network becomes active. This network helps you process memories, plan for the future, understand your emotions, and solve problems. In other words, some of your most important thinking happens when it looks like you're doing nothing at all. History reflects this idea. Many writers, scientists, and philosophers describe their biggest breakthroughs arriving during long walks or quiet reflection, not while surrounded by constant noise. But something has changed. Modern life is built around endless stimulation. Notifications, videos, messages, advertisements, and recommendations compete for your attention every minute of the day. Your brain adapts to this environment. The more stimulation it receives, the more stimulation it expects. Researchers have demonstrated this in surprising ways. In one famous experiment, volunteers were asked to sit alone in a quiet room with only their thoughts. Most expected the task to be easy. It wasn't. Many became restless within minutes. Some repeatedly checked the clock. A few even chose to give themselves an unpleasant electric shock rather than sit quietly with their own minds. Think about that. People preferred physical discomfort over a few minutes of silence. The problem isn't that humans suddenly forgot how to be alone. The problem is that we've trained our brains to avoid it. Every notification interrupts your attention. Every interruption forces your brain to switch focus. One interruption doesn't seem important, but dozens or even hundreds every day gradually reshape how your mind works. This creates a cycle. The less time you spend alone, the harder solitude feels. The harder solitude feels, the more distractions you seek. The more distractions you seek, the less opportunity your brain has to recover. Over time, silence begins to feel uncomfortable instead of peaceful. But there's an important difference that often gets overlooked. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Loneliness is feeling disconnected from other people. Solitude is choosing to spend time with yourself. Research suggests healthy solitude can improve creativity, emotional control, and decision-making. It gives your mind time to organize experiences instead of constantly reacting to new information. Our ancestors didn't avoid every quiet moment because they couldn't. Silence was part of being human. It gave them time to observe, remember, imagine, and reflect. Today, we have more ways to escape our thoughts than any generation before us. Yet that convenience may come with a hidden cost. The ability to sit quietly with yourself is a skill. Like any skill, it becomes weaker when you stop using it. The good news is that it can also be rebuilt. You don't need to abandon technology or move into the wilderness. Sometimes the smallest changes make the biggest difference. Take a walk without your phone. Eat one meal without a screen. Sit outside for 10 minutes with nothing to distract you. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. Then, slowly, your mind begins to slow down. Ideas appear, memories return, thoughts become clearer. The question isn't whether humans have lost the ability to be alone. The question is whether we're willing to practice it again before we forget what true silence feels like.